You studied, you planned, you told yourself this time is different, and then you didn't start. Or was you started it, it was actually going well 3 days, 5 days, and then you quit. And then you destroyed it yourself. You picked a fight, you stopped showing up, you scrolled until 3 am. You pushed away the person who actually cared. You quit right before it got good. And the next morning, you sat there thinking, what is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you, but something very strange happening inside your brain, and nobody talks about it honestly. Because the truth is, your brain isn't trying to help you succeed, your brain is trying to keep you safe. And sometimes these two things are completely opposite. There is a character in the anime Death Note that I always found haunting. Not Light Yagami, not L, but Light himself in his greatest moments. Here was a genius, with every advantage, every tool, every opportunity, and the thing that destroyed him wasn't his enemy. It was his own mind. He sabotaged himself so beautifully, so completely, that he didn't even know it was happening. And I want you to sit with that for a second, because that's not just an anime character, that's me. That's most of the people we know. Psychologists have a name of this pattern. That's called self-sabotage. The unconscious behavior we use to undermine our own goals. But that definition is too clinical. Let me tell you what it actually feels like. It feels like being the main character of your own story and secretly rooting against yourself. It feels like standing at the door of the life you want and choosing to walk away and to give up. It feels like knowing exactly what you need to do and doing the opposite. And the most painful part, you don't even know why. You tell yourself you are lazy, you tell yourself you don't deserve it, you tell yourself maybe next time, maybe when things calm down, maybe when you feel ready. And that next, that doesn't come. But here is what nobody tells you. Ready is a lie. Your brain tells you to stay still. To understand this thing, you need to understand something. The brain that most people never learn. Your brain has two systems running at the same time. The first system is who you want to be, the ambitious, the disciplined one, the person who wakes up late, work out, studies, and he is good at everything. And the second system is who you have been trained to be, like by fear, by failure, you overthinking, stress, anxiety. You think of the people who laughed at you in the class, the people who never talked about you, but think about them. Every time you tried and it didn't work. And here's the brutal truth, the second system is much stronger. One negative comment is equal to 10 positive compliments. Not because you're weak, but because the brain, your beautiful, incredible, complicated, the most beautiful brain is not designed for happiness, it's designed for survival. And survival means anything, unfamiliar means anything, unfamiliar feels dangerous. Think about that. Really think about it. You have been struggling for years, you have been stressed, anxious, maybe even miserable. But it's a familiar miserable. You understand this thing. Your brain knows how to survive with this thing. But success, growth, real changes, that unfortunately uncomfortable things, you fear by them. You give up, you quit. And this thing is what we call comfort zone. But it's not really about comfort. It's about brain's obsession with predictability, survival. Think about it. Berserk is my one of the most means it's top 10. When God from Berserk was given the chance for peace, for rest, for belonging, he couldn't stay. Not because he didn't want it, but because part of him didn't require peace as safe. He only knew how to survive war, and so unconsciously he kept walking back toward the sword. Many of us are doing the same thing. We only know how to survive pressure. So when things start going well, we create pressure again by ourselves. We self destruct the peace, we manufacture the chaos. Our nervous system thinks this is the home. This is what we call peace. Let's get specific. Because self sabotage doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like procrastination. You have a dream, a very beautiful, a real one, something you genuinely want, and instead of working on it, you clean your room, or you research how other people did it, or you watch one more video and then again and again, and you tell yourself, I will start it tomorrow, when I have time, when I am free, when my college is over, when my university days are over, and that time, when I have more money, more confidence, more dash, more something. What you are actually doing is protecting yourself from failure. Because if you never fully try, you never fully fail. And if you never truly fail, you never came to face the most terrifying question your mind can ask. What if I tried everything and I'm still not enough? Sometimes self-sabotage looks like relationship. You find someone very good, very excellent, someone who trusts you with patience, warmth, and something inside you doesn't trust it. So you push, you test them, you create conflict with nothing. You pull away before they can leave because somewhere deep in your history, love and pain were handed to you in the same package. And your brain learned that closeness eventually means hurt. So you destroy it yourself because you would rather be the one who walk away than getting hurt. You work incredibly hard for something, you get the opportunity, the moment arrives, and right there, right at that moment, everything you wanted was at the edge. But you freeze, you miss the deadline, you pick a fight with the wrong person, you accidentally oversleep, you find a reason, any reason to not go through that door. Because success brings visibility, and visibility brings judgment. And somewhere inside you, there is a child who learned that being seen means being criticized. So staying small feels like the armor. So nowadays people lock themselves in a room and they don't go outside. Like their mentality is, if I don't go out, people will not talk about me. Some are insecure in their own ways. Some are insecure about their height, their weight, their hairstyle, means anything, their business, their job, their study. Insecurities are everywhere. Everyone is insecure. So they protect themselves by the comfort zone. They escape the reality through reels, Netflix, anything, any type of social media platform. So there is a line in the book: every action is a vote for the type of person you believe you are. When you sabotage yourself, you are not being weak, you are being loyal. Loyal to an old story about who you are and what you want to be and what you deserve. The question is that story still true? There is a concept in Buddhism called Shenpa. It's usually translated as attachment, but the real meaning is closer to the urge, the itch, the compulsive pull towards something familiar, even when it's harmful. You know that this is bad, this is harmful for yourself, but you go that yourself. When you feel the urge to check your phone instead of study, that's Shenpa. You know that it's harmful for you. When your exam is very close, very near. I don't know if you feel that, but in my days, when my exams were nearer, like 1 day, 2 day deadlines, I didn't study. My urge to watch means something, to check phone, to watch movies, to play games. That urge was at the peak during the exam days. But when exam days are over, my urge to check that things becomes very low. That means like it's at level 1. When you feel the urge to push someone away when they get too close, means you're becoming too close, intimate, that's Shenpa. When you feel the urge to quit right before the breakthrough, means you're on the verge of breakthrough, you are going to succeed, you know that, but right there, right at that time you quit. Means think about like this: you know that at 100 chances you will succeed, but at 99 you quit. That's Shenpa. Buddhism doesn't tell you to fight the urge, it tells you to notice it, to sit with it, to say, there you are again. And in that moment of awareness, the urge loses some of its powers. There is the power, man. There is the best line that man wrote: you have power over your mind, not parts at events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Means if you win your mind, you will win the world. You will win the whole world. He wasn't talking about being positive. He was talking about the war inside. And I don't know. There is a saying. So the war should first be fought in your mind, then on the battlefield. A person believed every human being carries within them not just being a desire to live and create, but a contradictory pull toward dissolution, toward rest, toward nothingness. I don't think you need to go that far, but I think most of us have felt it. That quiet word that says, what's the point of everything? That numbness after too many failed attempts means you're like a topper, and when one exam, only one exam, you score low, and there your confidence goes down. Once you are obsessed with winning that one single lose, you lose all the hope. That exhaustion that isn't about sleep. That emptiness that appears right after something good happens, as if happiness itself feels sufficient. That's not laziness, that's not weakness, that's the wound that learned to protect itself. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The reason you self-sabotage is the same reason you are reading this. Because somewhere inside you, underneath the procrastination, underneath the fear, underneath the pattern you hate about yourself is a person who cares deeply about their life. You don't sabotage their
things you don't care about. You don't feel this kind of pain about things that don't matter. The anxiety you feel before starting something important, that's not a sign you should stop. That's evidence. It means something to you. Midoriya was told he couldn't be a hero. He was called useless, cockless, worthless, and every time he ran toward danger instead of walking away. That wasn't recklessness. That was a person who had finally decided that what he wanted mattered more than what he feared, what people think, what people care about. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to decide that your dream is worth more than that comfort.
David Goggins said something that changed how I think about this. Most people should stop at 40% of their true potential. The body and mind will try to quit on you. That's not failure. That's just the first negotiation. You push through and find out who you actually are. The 60% you haven't touched yet, that's not hidden behind talent. It's hidden behind the stories you have never challenged. Because nowadays society train you to be something like means what they can't achieve, they think you are the same, and that story that repeats itself. So whenever a person who challenges his limits and try to do something amazing, something new, people oppose him. People say that it's impossible, you can't do that. But when one person do that impossible thing, some people try. So how do you actually stop sabotaging yourself? Not with more discipline, not with harder self-criticism, not with a new plan or a fire alarm. You stop by doing something most people consider weakness. You get honest with yourself. Step one, name the pattern without shame. Means write that thing. I procrastinate when I'm afraid of judgment. I push people away when I feel too seen. I quit when success feels understand. So first you have to identify that ghost. Step 2 is separate the behavior from the identity. You are not a procrastinator. Means change your identity first. You are a person who sometimes procrastinate because your nervous system is trying to protect you from something that scares you. One, think about it. A person who was bitten by a dog in his childhood, he would fear a dog. The person who was unable to swim in his childhood, drowned by the water, and was thrown away by currents, he would he would have hydrophobia. He would fear water. And the solution means you have seen in the movies or anything that when that person means his closest one, his dearest one, the lowest one, when he is drowning or he is being bitten by the dog or anything that he fear of, he will face that failure. Means he will face that fear. So you just need to face that thing. You have to stop thinking about the fear. Then your mind is not about the fear. That's about how to save that person first. There is no fear of water, no fear of dogs. So first change your identity. Your thoughts will align with that. Step 3 is stop so small it feels stupid. The brain insists big change because big change feels like danger. But the brain doesn't resist tiny change. Small changes. That small thing that you feel like, oh my god, I'm too ashamed to do this thing. Don't say you will study for 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Open the book, just say I will start with 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. You are not running a marathon. You are tricking your nervous system into believing the unknown is survivable. But slowly, that unknown becomes familiar. And what becomes familiar becomes safe. And what becomes safe becomes who you are. And step 4 is every time you sit with discomfort and don't run, you cast a vote against the version of yourself that says you can't handle things. Every small act of courage is rewriting the code. You're not trying to become a different person. You're trying to remember the person the fear made you forget. I want to leave you with something true. In your name, Taki and Mitsuya kept forgetting each other. Every time they got close, something wiped the memory, something made them lose what they would find. But they kept reaching, even when they didn't know why. Even when they had forgotten everything, some part of them kept moving forward the thing they were looking for. That's what I believe about you. You have forgotten about yourself sometimes. Life has made you forget the pressure, the comparison, the failure, the loneliness. Maybe you have been running the same self destructive pattern for so long you think they are just who you are. They are not, they are protection. Old protection. One armor you put on during a storm that has long since passed. You don't have to be perfect to stop sabotaging yourself. You don't have to figure it out. You just have to willing to ask, who would I be if I stopped being afraid of my own life? Maybe your life isn't falling apart right now. Maybe it's breaking down the old walls to build something real. Maybe the version of you that survives this chapter, this anxiety, this confusion, means you don't even know what to do with yourself. The quiet means the silent war in your mind. What if I fail? What will people think about me? Everything in your mind. This becomes the most important person you ever meet. And maybe, just maybe, the fact you are still here, still watching, still searching for something to hold on to is already the beginning of the answer. Just think about it. When you were a child, means you have that memory. You are not like you have amnesia or anything. Just think about that time. Means when you were 7 or 8, you have interest in everything and you could do everything. You could like go cycling around. You were an artist. You draw the arts. You didn't think about people's opinion. You just take a pencil and draw anything. Take colors and do everything. You play sports. You are good at something. Either study, either sports, or art. Everything. There are some people who are good at everything. After sometimes, once when the social media increased, you begin to doubt yourself over and over again, and that thinking over repeating that repetitive action made you think that you can't achieve anything at all. So live that mentality and become, means think like you are a child again. Rise that curiosity, that excitement of being a child, and then think you can achieve everything. So now tell me, which part of yourself do you keep getting in your own way? But drop in the comments. You might find you are not as alone as you think. There are many people, there are many students, many teenagers, many, many means many. There are a lot of people like you in this world. So just keep trying hard.